Everything you think you know about history's most iconic phrases is probably wrong. Those powerful words echoing through time often come from a context we've completely forgotten. Imagine a single sentence, ripped from its original story, suddenly changing its entire meaning. The historical sticky note version we recall barely scratches the surface of its true depth. Everything you think you know about history's most iconic phrases is probably wrong. Those powerful words echoing through time often come from a context we've completely forgotten. Imagine a single sentence, ripped from its original story, suddenly changing its entire meaning. The historical sticky note version we recall barely scratches the surface of its true depth. We often encounter famous historical quotes as simplified, sticky notes in popular culture. These brief, memorable fragments stick easily in our minds, perfect for quick recall. However, this simplification frequently strips away the crucial, original background context. Why should viewers care about these missing layers? They transform the quote's entire essence. Misinterpretation can lead to profoundly inaccurate understandings of historical figures and events. This isn't just trivial pursuit. It reshapes our collective memory and historical perspective.
These phrases become cultural cornerstones, but are often distorted beyond their initial intent.
We'll peel back these layers, uncovering the true, often surprising, narratives behind these declarations.
The real power of these words lies hidden beneath generations of popular misremembering.
Understanding the full story brings a profound new appreciation for history's complexities. It's like finding a hidden message on the back of a familiar, worn-out postcard. Prepare to rethink some of the most famous declarations ever uttered and their true origins. We begin with a phrase etched into popular consciousness: "Let them eat cake." This callous declaration has long been attributed to the French queen, Marie Antoinette. It painted her as an out-of-touch monarch, ignoring her starving subjects' desperate plight. This simple, dismissive sentence fueled revolutionary fervor against the French monarchy. But here's the surprising twist. Marie Antoinette likely never uttered those infamous words. Historical records suggest this expression predates her, appearing in Rousseau's Confessions. It was a common trope, used to mock oblivious aristocrats long before her reign began. The quote became a convenient sticky note to symbolize royal indifference, unfairly affixed to her name. This misattribution served as powerful propaganda, solidifying her image as a heartless queen. Understanding this reveals the quote's true power as a tool for public perception and political narrative. Wait until you hear how another powerful leader's words were similarly simplified and distorted. Next, consider Franklin Delano Roosevelt's iconic inaugural address line: "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." This phrase now stands as a general proverb about overcoming personal anxiety and apprehension.
However, its original context was far more urgent and politically charged for a nation in crisis.
And words in 1933 aimed to restore amidst the confidence in government and devastating economic encourage collapse of the collective action Great Depression.
Millions were unemployed, banks failed daily, and a paralyzing despair gripped the American populace.
Aimed to restore amidst the confidence in government and devastating economic encourage collapse of the collective action Great Depression, not just individual courage. The fear itself he referenced was the economic paralysis, the lack of faith and capital stagnation. He called for bold leadership and public unity to combat systemic financial collapse. This wasn't just a motivational poster slogan. It was a rallying cry for national recovery. The deeper meaning unveils a leader strategically mobilizing a nation against an invisible economic enemy. But that's not the strangest part about how context transforms famous historical declarations. Lord Acton famously warned, "Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely." This phrase is often cited as a universal truth about the inherent dangers of authority. We typically interpret it as a general cautionary statement against unchecked political might.
Yet, Acton originally wrote this in a private letter, discussing the moral judgment of historical figures.
We typically interpret it as a general cautionary statement against unchecked political might. Acton insisted on applying the same moral standards to rulers as to ordinary citizens. His concern was not merely power's corrupting nature, but the historian's duty to condemn it. The full quote continues, "Great men are almost always bad men," providing crucial omitted context. This expanded view reveals a profound philosophical stance on historical accountability and ethics. It's a powerful reminder that even widely accepted truisms have specific foundational origins. And finally, the dramatic et tu, Brute from Shakespeare's iconic Julius Caesar. This phrase dramatically portrays Caesar's shock and profound betrayal by his close friend.
It has become synonymous with ultimate treachery among trusted allies and confidants. However, historical accounts suggest Caesar's actual last words were likely very different.
Sources indicate he spoke in Greek. Accounts kai su actual last teknon, likely very meaning you too, child. Others propose he simply pulled his toga over his head in silent, dignified resignation. Shakespeare's poetic license created an unforgettable, sticky note of betrayal for the ages. The enduring power lies in its emotional resonance, not necessarily its precise historical accuracy. Why does this deep dive into historical quote context truly matter for us today? It fundamentally challenges our easy assumptions about widely accepted historical narratives. This analysis reveals the immense power of narrative construction and manipulative propaganda.
It teaches critical thinking, urging you to question information presented as absolute truth.
These simplified information sticky, presented as notes, profoundly shape our collective memory and cultural understanding. Understanding original context helps us avoid repeating historical misinterpretations and biases. It humanizes historical figures, showing their complexities beyond a convenient, memorable soundbite. This approach underscores how easily words can be weaponized or simplified over vast stretches of time. This analytical lens encourages a deeper, more nuanced engagement with history itself. You learn to question the surface-level narratives presented to you in textbooks and media. The true history often resides in the unpeeled layers beneath the most popular phrases. These deep dives allow us to connect more authentically with the complexities of the past. Unlocking these original meanings dramatically enriches our understanding of the world and its foundations. If you found this historical exploration fascinating, subscribe for more deep dives and hit like.